Hello everybody! I know it has been a little while since I posted a video, but I had school starting and then I got mono and then my USB port's not working on my computer. So here we go. Ladies and gentlemen of the internet, I, Amanda Lynn Scott, have a confession to make to you all. A confession for which I make neither apology nor recompense, of which I am neither embarrassed nor ashamed. Yes I, Amanda Lynn Scott, hate football. I'm not talking about feeling apathetic towards or I'm kind of annoyed by it. I'm talking about pit of my gut, bottom of my heart, deepest depths of my soul, hatred. Now that I've turned half of you against me, allow me to drive home your agitation, allowing it to blossom into a hatred as strong as my own. The reason I'm bringing this up, the reason it's even on my mind at all, is because I recently had the pleasure, or in my case displeasure, of attending the BCS College Football Championship game. I don't really know what it's called. Also, it's the Super Bowl, but that's really what, that came first, so I'm going to give that the credit. But yes, the Florida State Opera game, I was there in the flesh. Okay, calm down with the name calling. I can hear you through the computer screen. Don't think that I don't understand, that you think that I'm spoiled or ungrateful or any of those things. I accept your feelings as valid. But seriously, if I thought my hatred for football couldn't get any stronger, going to this game absolutely proved me wrong. Like, first of all, if the allotted time for the game is 4 15-minute quarters, the game should be an hour. Do the math with me here. 4 times 15 equals 60, as in minutes, as in, oh my gosh, why do you have to stop playing every 17 seconds and why does the clock have to stop with you? You want to actually make a football game interesting? Don't stop the clock, ever. Then see how long it takes the linemen to freaking reset themselves. Also, if the game is supposed to start at 5, start the game at 5. I don't need to see a whole performance to convince me that I want to be at the game. No, I need to see that like halfway through when I'm about to leave. Also, and I'm sorry to say this because I respect the band's talent as much as the next person, but I've come to the absolutely correct conclusion that every freaking college fight song was written by the same freaking person. And that's just a few of my problems with this game in particular, not even the game as an institution. And don't even get me started about these fans. Like, yes, drunk lady behind me, I do mind if you wave your pom-pom obnoxiously in my hair and face for the entirety of the game. And she and I were rooting for the same team, and if you think that made me feel some sort of camaraderie with her, think again, because I came just about as close as throwing her drunk butt down the steps of the stadium as my brother can get to finishing an extra large pizza by himself, so pretty freaking close. I wrote all of that, by the way, before the game even started, and that is exactly what happened. It's like I can tell the future or something. Also, no, Mr. Announcer, I am not, nor will I ever be ready to rumble. So by now your insults for me have probably switched from something like, you ungrateful spoiled brat, to something more like, could you be more of a Killjoy? And I actually have an answer to that question because no matter how bored or miserable I got at that game, I did my very best to never drag anyone down with me. Like, yeah, sometimes I didn't stand up and cheer when everyone else did, and yeah, sometimes. Okay, most of the time. I kept myself occupied with this magical little device called my cell phone, but not once did I ask to leave, or insult the game, or complain. I mean, the fact is I was the minority at that game, and I know that I had no right to try to make anyone else as miserable as I was. This is also, of course, not to mention the fact that this game was really important to my mom, who's an alum of Florida State, and to my dad, who went through a lot of trouble to make sure that we could all go to the game as a family. Now, would it have been better for me to, like, feign enjoyment or pretend I was having a good time? Maybe. I mean, there's definitely something to the idea that you can fake it till you make it, but honestly, my hatred for football goes so beyond a natural disliking that even pretending I'm having a good time is nearly impossible. Which is not to say that I don't recommend the fake it till you make it strategy to other people. I mean, if you have the energy to pretend that you're having a good time in order to avoid making other people as miserable as you are, then I definitely think you should do that. That said, if you're like me and you can't pretend to have a good time at something like a football game, then it's still really important for you to put energy into just not being miserable. For me, my strategy of trying to enjoy the game was writing about the game while I was there, because even though I can't enjoy it in the same way that other people do, I can kind of enjoy it from a more objective perspective, kind of by observing it. So that's my first piece of advice in keeping misery from the company it so loves. Either fake it till you make it or find something else to direct your negative energy into. Anything you can do to keep yourself from complaining, do it. My second piece of advice for these kinds of situations, if you aren't having a good time, is to try and appreciate why everybody else is having a good time. Like, I might hate football with the passion of a hungry baby, but I kind of understand why other people don't feel the same way, and that keeps me from dragging them down into my little pity party. I mean, come on, the only thing worse than being miserable about something that you have no intention of enjoying is being miserable about something that you have every intention of enjoying. So the next time you're having no fun and feel like dragging people down to your no fun having level, just don't. It's rude. So when's the last time you got dragged to an event or gathering that you had no intention of enjoying and did indeed end up hating? Feel free to leave your stories in the comment section down below because that's what the internet's for, right? I just think you should all know that I finished that entire script with 4 minutes left in the first quarter, so just take that as you will.